Hi everyone. If you didn't know, we are getting to the end of senior chapels. And so now you all have an idea that each chapel is a spotlight for each senior. I want to not make this only about me, but involve all of you. Not literally, well, I guess you could all join me on stage, but that'd be a little crowded and chaotic. I simply mean all of you can take something from this, but only if you choose to. Now I say I want you all involved, but that's only because I'm very scared to literally be in the spotlight right now. For those who don't know, I would never choose to be front and center for something. If I was chosen to be front and center, I would overthink what I'm supposed to be doing or how I look and probably make a fool out of myself. Now there are some days, or being more realistic, there are minutes, and if you even want to be more realistic than that, there are seconds that I want to be center of attention. This is a little confusing, right? She just said she hates being center of attention, but sometimes she wants to be. Let me clear it up for you all. The only time I wish to be center of attention is when I'm with my family and close friends, the people who I feel most comfortable around. Being around them is when I have most confidence. Don't get me wrong, I do still overthink everything when I'm with them, but this is when I feel most comfortable. Being comfortable and confident with anything you're doing is most important. I know some people out there enjoy the high of trying something new. There are times I wish I was like that. That being said, I wouldn't want to change who I am or how I see things. The way I see things is like a movie with 1,000 different outcomes. It's like I see one scene of a movie and think, what if I changed just one simple little thing? Would it change the outcome, or is that outcome good for me or people around me? Now, some of you might be thinking this girl is really doing the most by overthinking almost every move she makes. I'll tell you, it is a little stressful at times, but for the most part, it's what gives me confidence. Overthinking is somewhat eye-opening. It lets you see the little things in many different outcomes rather than acting quickly and not thinking about the end result. I feel more confident and comfortable when I know all of the outcomes. The worst outcome to some is dying, which in my opinion, which is not a common one in my head, thank God. But I said this is only the worst outcome to some people. In the words of Peter Pan, to die would be an awfully big adventure. There are people in the world, and possibly this room, that are not afraid of something as big as that. Now, I told you already that I feel most comfortable around close friends and family. Being around them is the one time I will never stop talking or laughing about something. When I was in grade school, my mom would pick Miguel and I up from school, and as soon as we got in the car, she would ask, "How was your day?" After those words came out of her mouth, I would never shut up about what happened that day. Once the words coming from my mouth slowed down, my mom would say, "Do you not talk in school?" Or, "You don't talk a lot in school, do you?" She said it because it seemed like I hadn't spoken to anyone in days because of how fast the words came pouring out of my mouth. I'm sure if you ask anyone in my family, they will tell you that this still happens today. This happens about every night because throughout the day, most of the time, I just listen to everyone. I don't speak up a lot in groups or even with just one person because I get to see the bigger picture. I get to listen to what people think about different situations or what people are going through. It has made me see the little things as well as the picture as a whole. If any of you don't know, you can find out a lot about a person by just listening to them. That sometimes all someone wants is for someone to listen. Most of the time, people don't even want your opinion on the situation, just someone to talk to. Now that being said, if they do want your opinion, make sure you think it through before you give it. If someone is going through something that gave them a bad outcome, make sure you tell them not to regret anything that has happened. You can't change the past, but you should definitely not regret anything in life. Even though you can't change an outcome that has already been set into place, you can now change how you respond to it. Now, like I've said, overthinking and looking at a bigger picture is stressful at times. It can also give you bigger and better opportunities and memories. All that being said, don't hold back from every opportunity and new thing that is thrown at you. Make sure you make memories by trying new things. My only comment in trying new things is to never regret trying them. Now, I've also said I want you all to be a part of this moment. Being a part of something does not always mean you have to speak or act. You can simply be there and listen. I want to thank you all for being a part of my moment.